Hello everybody. Today I'd like to read to you my new book, which hopefully will be published within the next 2 months. It's called What to Do with Sad Wee and Sad Poo. A story about big feelings and kind help for children who struggle with sad wee and sad poo. Sometimes children have big feelings. Some feelings feel happy and light. Some feelings feel wobbly and confusing, and some feelings feel far too big to talk about. When feelings are too big to talk about, they sometimes come out through the body. There was a child named Milo. Most days Milo's body knew what to do. When Milo needed a wee or a poo, he went to the toilet. Those were happy wees and happy poos, and they went where they were meant to go. But sometimes, especially after tricky days, Milo's body felt funny. His tummy felt tight, his heart felt fast, his body felt jumpy. On those days, Milo's body sometimes made sad wee or sad poo. One day, Milo's safe adult noticed something important. Sometimes our bodies remember sad or scary things, the sad adult said. They brought out a helping bucket, decorated together with stickers of Milo's favourite cars. When Milo needed to, he used the helping bucket. There was no telling off, no rushing, and no shame. Sometimes Milo found it hard to make it to the helping bucket. That was called an accident, and he was still loved. Together, Milo and his safe adult tipped the bucket into the toilet, letting the sad feelings go. Slowly, Milo learned that he was safe and not alone. And this story helps children understand that sad wee and sad poo without shame. For some children, especially those who have experienced neglect, abuse, loss, or ruptured attachments, the body remembers sad or scary things. When feelings are too big for words, the body tries to release them in other ways. This behaviour is not considered naughty, it is a stress response. And the helping bucket provides safety, structure and dignity, allowing the child to be supported rather than punished. What's this all about? Well, we know that many of our children who have experienced early life trauma have big problems with their bodily fluids. I've noticed after 22 years as working as a therapist that there is a pattern regarding visits perhaps with birth family and an increase in wetting the bed or wetting in their clothes or defecating, smearing, etc. This can be connected to abuse, but it can also be connected to a deep sense of loss. When the child has high cortisol coursing through their body, the body needs to release it. It needs to excrete this. And so I call this sad wee and sad poo. It could be mucus, it could be body odour, sweat, spit, blood, etc. And so the child needs to find a way to release some of the overwhelming trauma contained in their body that they don't have words for, or they can't find the words for. It's too big to even make sense of, but they need a release from this. The amount of children who've been referred to me because they do things like urinate in the corner of the room, store urine in bottles in perhaps their wardrobe, parents who found feces in obscure places rolled up into the drawers with their underwear, etc. And, parents who find feces. One parent found a sad poo, on the bookcase downstairs in the living room. When the child wants the parent to see that trauma, to see that pain, they're going to leave these things for you to discover. Some young women will leave used sanitary ware for you to find. This is the child's way of saying, I'm in pain, but I haven't got words for it. I don't know how to tell you. And at other times, the child will hide these things because of shame, a deep sense of shame, and also not wanting you to see their pain. I speak from experience here. I used to do lots and lots of sad wheeze as a child. It felt like a warm hug weeing on the carpet. And sometimes I was too frightened to leave the bedroom to go to the toilet. Was that because where I was living was dangerous? No, but the world felt dangerous. And when you've lived with domestic abuse as a child, you can be too scared to leave the bedroom at times. Lots of sad wheeze. Still have sad wheeze now, but they're in the toilet. But I can identify when I have an increased need to urinate, to stress, anxiety, maybe things that have been triggered from my past that I still need to make sense of. Yes, even at my age. How much more our children. So what do we do about this? The most important thing is to not shame the children. We need to help our children to differentiate between sad wheeze and happy wheeze, sad poos and happy poos. I feel it's important for the child to have somewhere to put the sad wee and the sad poo. A bucket, a bowl, a beautiful bowl decorated, placed in their bedroom or somewhere else where they would frequently urinate or defecate outside of the toilet. Not a potty, but something beautiful that says that these feelings are important. We want to contain them. So the child has somewhere to put the sad wee, the sad poo, the sad sanitary wear, whatever it might be. The child has somewhere to put it. And then together, you can pour this away down the toilet, talking about why there's a sad wee or why there's a sad poo. It is vitally important that we remove the shame element of this. I know it's hard, and I know that these things are difficult to deal with and make sense of, but it is so important that we normalise those things that other people see as abnormal. That we help our children to make sense of those big emotions stored in their body and why they've needed to excrete them. Of course, there will be times when the child still urinates outside of the bucket. And then we empathise in a big way. Wow, you had so many big feelings today that you had an accident, because I found a sad wee in the bathroom on the floor. I found a sad poo in the corner of the room. Big, big feelings. We need to clean this together, and we need to talk about those feelings while we do so. I've done this work for years and years and years, and it works. It helps our children to find a way to put words to those emotions that they can't make sense of on their own. And yes, lots of children who have sad wheeze and sad poos who very rarely have them now. And if they do, they're able to say, I've had a sad wee or a sad poo. I hope this has been helpful to you. And I'll let you know when the book is published so that you can use it with your own children who have sad wheeze and sad poos. Thank you for listening.